Hello again. Surgeons are only human and have, like the rest of us, a living to earn. From time to time, they find themselves greatly in demand for wholly unnecessary procedures, which people have nevertheless persuaded themselves are vital to their health and well-being. Of course, as I say, they have a living to make, so if that's what people are demanding, they will carry out those operations, even if they do privately regard them as pointless or sometimes even downright harmful. In the years following the end of the Second World War, for instance, circumcision enjoyed a great vogue, and male babies in the United States were very nearly all circumcised. Something like three-quarters of American men born in 1950 were circumcised as babies. There were supposed rationales behind this procedure, but these don't really bear close examination. A similar thing happened in Britain, especially with the upper and middle classes. Prince Charles was circumcised by Dr. Jacob Snowman, a Jewish Mohel. The craze was over by the time that his brother Edward was born, of course. He wasn't circumcised. The same thing happened with the removal of tonsils, which was hugely popular with surgeons and parents in the 1930s. In 1934, a study of 1,000 school children in New York found that over 60% of them had had their tonsils removed. Of the rest, all but 65 had been recommended to have them removed. There's no real clinical reason for this surgery, it was just a craze. These days you hardly ever hear of people having their tonsils or adenoids removed. The same thing happened with the insertion of grommets in the ears of children with glue ear in the 1980s, of course. Which brings us to the modern day and the present mania for removing healthy breasts, testicles, penises and uteruses for the treatment of psychological disorders and delusions. That in the 21st century, doctors should be attempting to cure delusions surgically is almost beyond belief, but there it is. A woman is possessed by the fixed idea that she is, despite all the evidence to the contrary, a man, and the supposed cure is to amputate her breasts. Worse still, and it is this which indicates that this is some kind of group hysteria or mania which is gripping society, those who point out the folly of the thing are denounced as heretics and wrongdoers whose views should be suppressed and not published. Speaking out against surgery for transsexuals is a surefire way to get yourself into hot water these days, and people have even lost their jobs for doing so. Universities are hotbeds for this current craze, which reminds me of some kind of mania which might have swept a medieval society, like dancing mania or religious persecution or witch hunting and so on. In years to come, people will be aghast at this situation, and it will be seen for what it really is, pseudoscience of the worst kind. Many young women who are caught up in this business are on the autistic spectrum, and the idea that one would seek to cure a psychological problem in somebody with autism by means of major and irreversible surgery is truly horrific.